So today we are dealing with a 2003 BMW 325xi, and the problem is, and you should never do this, but I hadn't locked my car. The car was locked, and I went to get something out of the trunk, and I pressed the trunk lid button, and so this popped the trunk. As I went to get into my trunk, I actually had some stuff in here. I was going through, I set my keys down somewhere, not sure exactly where, and shut the trunk and walked away. You should never do this, because if you only press the trunk button and not unlock, as soon as you shut the trunk, your car is completely locked and you're without your keys. So first off, whenever you go to your trunk, always just press the unlock button and open the trunk by hand, just to avoid the potential that this will happen to you. I will say my roadside assistance did come to help. He was able to get the thing into the window to unlock my car from the unlock button right here, but as soon as I got into the car, I soon realized I could not unlock the car any more than just the doors. I could not get into the trunk still. And the trunk release button was not working. Once you get into the car that way, none of these features work anymore, so you have to get into the trunk the manual way, which is kind of a bummer. I've seen several videos where they take the license plate off and drill into the trunk lid, and I don't think that is something that you want to do, especially if you don't know how to do it correctly anyway. You don't need to add any extra rust to your car or any unnecessary damage when you can just enter in through the speaker, unless you can't get inside the car to begin with, which I said my roadside assistance did that, or you could call any sort of locksmith to get you in your car. As we know, there is no latch in the back to lower the seats down from inside the car. You can only access the rear seat latch from the trunk, which is a bummer because that's where I could not get. So my first method of entry was from the rear speaker. And so, of course, I've already done this, but I took the speaker apart. Actually, I didn't even unplug it even, just set it aside here and pull out the basket it's in. And I reached down to the trunk to try to feel for the seat latch. And it's a bummer. You need a tool. I'll show you that here in a minute. This is actually the best method. I did it through this thing here, which actually I ended up breaking, but it was the only way in, I thought. So my ski sack is into the trunk now, or ski pouch, ski pass, whatever you'd like to call it. I could feel the plate on the back and that it wasn't that strong, so I unzipped the ski bag and I could see into the trunk with the flashlight, and I had a long grabber that I was actually able to pull the trunk release button on. That's how I got in. But as I just simply put my arm through here and punched the back wall through, it was very easy. That's how I ended up doing it. But now my ski pass is broken, but I saved $240 to get a new key sent here. I'll show you the easier way here in just 1 second on the speed. So here's inside my trunk where I have pushed the back. As I pushed it out, it's steel plate, but it's easy to push through. It's pre-cut already. I was able to detach this and reach in through the ski sack through this hole right here. So it all worked out fine for me. But right here is the rear seat latch, and that right there, it just popped it open. So what you have to do is you have to come through the speaker to the seat latch, and I use just, a simple screwdriver like this, and I'll show you how to get that next. And that's how you get in through the back seat. Definitely be patient while using the screwdriver to get the rear seat latch. I mean, it took me a long time. I didn't ever use a screwdriver, and you can actually see where there's some bruises on my arm just for being down in the speaker hole for so long, and I was getting aggravated. So just use the screwdriver and be patient, and you will get it. So I recommend entering from the speaker hole to the rear seat latch instead of the ski area, but if you can't figure it out give it a little bit of patience. It's tricky to get through the speaker, but using the screwdriver, you can feel around for it, and it's not too bad when you're down there at it with the screwdriver. But to avoid any damage, you can see the ski area plate needs put back in, but that's just an inconvenience. It's no big deal. Definitely enter through the speaker. So maybe you are an idiot and you only have one set of keys and you've locked them in your trunk. It can be easily avoided by not using the trunk button and always unlocking the car and getting in the trunk manually instead of using the trunk button just to be safe.